Hello everyone, my name is David Corredor, and together we're a group of 17 Halberton developers and working hand by hand with Truora, we developed the Deck. We know that startups right now are very important for the economy of Latin America countries, being the main source for employment, creating new opportunities, and seeking to change the way how a modern company should work. They are always looking to create labor transparency in his workspace, making feel that they trust in their employees, making a beautiful place to work. However, even if they try, for example, to give away free snacks on Friday or manage good practices for a good work environment, they face the same problem as a normal company. For example, gossip on the hall or comments under the table about salaries or the treatment of a manager, etc. In addition to the above, when these startups, for example, try to receive honest feedback through human management teams, the opinions and the commentaries are not 100% honest because the employees think that his opinions will have consequences in salaries, in treatment, etc. That's why those employees go to platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, among others, where they feel that they can express themselves freely. But that is not true because in those platforms, they are most exposed and the data that they provided is completely lost. So talking with you right now, let's imagine a place where you can express yourself anonymously and at the same time, you can share with the whole community. Well, today, we worked with Truora, a company that seeks to end the fraud in Latin America, and we developed the Deck. The Deck is the first anonymous professional network for startups in Latin America. We know the Deck is the best place for your company, for your startup. And why? Well, we have these three main features. We know anonymity is important, so all of our users will be anonymous. Each of every account that is going to be on our platform will be only by invitation. So we only have real workers. We know communication is important. That's why we develop a bunch of tools, such as posts, reports, polls, comments, where you and your team can connect each other with truthful and honest communication. And obviously with the whole Deck community. And we know interaction is important. That's why the startups and the employees can connect in our platform in a honest and truthful way. We know the Deck is the best place. And now my partner, Julian Franco, will explain to you the process under the Deck. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Good afternoon, everybody. As David just mentioned, I will be telling you the process that we had in order to get from a problem that was given to us by Truora to the solution that we are presenting right now, the Deck. I want to mention that this development started from scratch. We didn't have anything at all at the beginning, and we worked hard, hand by hand with Truora to get to this development. The process started by understanding the problem and its context. That's why we conducted our research in which we gathered information in order to have a better understanding of the problem that we were facing and solving. We found that there is an existing solution in a different market, which is Blind. Blind is an anonymous forum for companies in the tech industry in Silicon Valley. We found as well that there's not such a solution like this for companies here in Latin America. And this is where our solution fits in. That being said, we started by thinking of different kinds of solutions to create community around startups and create a space to have a straight talk and discussion between employees in an anonymous way. We defined that forum was the best way to solve this problem. We wanted the Deck to have three main features: scalability, reliability, and high performance. And we made it possible thanks to the following stack of technologies. We use Golang for the backend, as it has a robust and solid standard library like no other language has. It is syntactically similar to C and Python, and its memory saves thanks to the garbage collector. And finally, as it is a compiled language, its performance is really high. We use Vue.js for the front end. It's an easy to learn framework from JavaScript, and it has a good community support. We use DynamoDB as the database. DynamoDB has a good scalability. It can automatically escalate from thousands to millions of queries in a matter of seconds. It can make up to 40,000 queries per second. It shows a high performance. DynamoDB is a non-relational database in which we can store any kind of data, and it can integrate perfectly with the other services provided by AWS. We use Terraform to deploy to Amazon Web Services. As you know, we were 17 developers, and we were developing at the same time, deploying at the same time sometimes as well. So we want to have infrastructure as code that gave us the visibility and the traceability we needed in order to know what infrastructure was being deployed. We use BeticoBot. BeticoBot is a bot developed by Trora that help us, among other things, with the deployment and with the follow-up of the different tasks that we had in the weekly sprints. We use a serverless infrastructure, and that's where I point the AWS Lambdas. That serverless infrastructure gave us the flexibility to work and the possibility to escalate our development in the future. With this infrastructure, we will be charged by usage instead of capacity of the system. And finally, we use Bitbucket pipelines that help us with the continuous integration all along the process. We use as well AWS Cognito for the authentication. So with this stack of technologies, we achieve these three main features that I just told you before: reliability, scalability, and high performance. After that, with a bottom-up implementation, we started defining the different modules our solution was going to have. What architecture we were going to use, the data models, the operations over the data, the design of the tables in the database, and the different serverless Lambda functions that we were going to develop. As you can see in this slide, we use a microservice architecture, and at the moment we have around 13 microservices. With this architectural pattern, we can escalate our development to any point we want in the future just by adding new microservices. This is all from the technology side. We have a 1-minute demo. I hope you enjoy it. And don't forget to subscribe to the Deck, the first anonymous professional network for startups in Latin America. Thank you.
That's all. Thank you very much.
No, thank you guys. De verdad, muchísimas gracias. Eso estuvo genial. ¿Para qué preguntan?